Hi everybody. So someone wanted me to talk about how to love yourself. How to love yourself. I think that there's a lot of confusion about this because people think that loving yourself means having an emotional response to yourself. No. That's why sometimes people struggle. To love yourself, right? You have to first see yourself, because there's no way you can see what you don't love, or rather there's no way you can see or you can love something you can't see. Now that's where religion kind of messed us up, because as soon as I said this, something came to my mind. Well, how can they tell us to love God that we can't see? Boom, right there. That's why a lot of people say they love God, but they don't know God, right? And so when the rubber hits the road, they find that their idea or what they or their love for God is shaken, because now they question. You can't love what you don't know. That's a different video entirely. Does this make sense? If they tell you to love something you don't know, right? You can invest emotionally in something you don't know until something happens in life that challenges that. Then you realize, wait a dog, I never really loved this thing, because you don't know it. You can't love something you don't know. Now that brings us back to yourself. Okay? So to love yourself, you have to first know yourself. You have to first see yourself. To love God, you have to know God. If you think that I'm talking crap, Jesus Christ told them, said, "In the world you shall know, you shall not see me." No. I'm no longer in the world, and the world will no longer see me, but you shall see me. If you look that up in the Bible, it's right there. I can't remember exactly the verse, but it's there when he was talking to the disciples about ascending. He said, "I'm gone from the world, and the world will no longer see me, but you will see me. And because I live, you will live also." Because the disciples could see him. Okay? But that's not what this video is about. So loving yourself is predicated on knowing yourself and on seeing yourself. Now, to understand what you are, I have to go back a little bit. You know, I always say how human beings are four beings in one. In other words, they have an ego, which is their I. They have the astral body. The astral body is actually the seat of your emotions, your desires, your impulses, all of that. That's where that comes from. And then your etheric body, which is the seat, the part of you that how will I say, that holds the power that gives life to your body. Because the etheric body is constantly pushing back the destruction of your physical body. So as soon as your etheric body leaves your body, you die. Anyway, so you have your etheric body, and then you are the the physical body. So you have four parts in one. Every person walking on this earth today, every single person walking on this earth today, in this time, has the physical body, the etheric body, the astral body. Every person, every being you see walking around has those three things, for sure. But the fourth thing, not every person has. And I'm not going to go into why that is. Okay? So the part of you that you're trying to recognize is not your feelings, it's not your body, it's not your etheric body, because your physical body is what you can look at when you look in the mirror, right? That's not who you are. That's just like this shirt. That's a how will I call it? That's a dress you have on. This physical body is a dress you are wearing. Is a cloth. That's why when you die, you shed it. That's not you. So that's why when your love for yourself is based on what you look like, it doesn't work. It doesn't work, because even you yourself know that yes, you look all fine and whatever in the mirror, but it doesn't penetrate your spirit, your soul. You don't feel it. That's why you can't achieve beauty by doing things to your body. Because you can look fine all day long in front of the mirror, but that don't mean you're going to feel beautiful. That's a totally different thing. The feeling of beautiful is an inside job. You can't get that looking beautiful, because this right here is a dress You're going to shed it. That's not who you are. Don't get that confused. A lot of people's identity is attached to this shell they are wearing. And they wonder why they don't feel the way they ought to feel or the way they think they should feel based on what the shell looks like. That's not you. The you is the being that embodies the shell. That's you. The you is the being that is inside the shell. I'm not going to go there. Okay? The you is the being that is inside. That is the being that you need to get to know. That is the being that you need to get to know. You are not humans walking around. No, you are. No. There was a time in my life I felt like I was just floating around. Think of a leaf floating down from a tree and then not quite hitting the ground before it gets carried off by the wind. That was me. I didn't feel like I belonged here. I didn't feel like I belonged anywhere. I was just floating around. And then one day I was reading the Bible a long time ago. Maybe it happened like, I don't know. Maybe this happened about probably 20 years, I can't remember. But I was reading the Bible one day and I will never forget. It's John, I think it's John 15 something. When Christ said to me, he said, I didn't choose you. No, you didn't choose me. I chose you. It wasn't even the fact that the choosing part that changed my life. It was the fact that God saw me. I thought, me who is as an ant in my own eyes, if God could see me, that means I'm worth something. That was the lifeline I needed. And I grabbed onto that and I haven't let go since then. Because what that did for me was that Christ flipped the mirror and said, hey, you are a human being. Not just you are human. You are a being. You are a human being. You are not just human. You are a being. You are a distinct, individualized being. You are a unique being. That was what that verse did for me that day. And then that set me up to the process of getting to know myself. Getting to know yourself is sort of like you meet a guy. You're getting to know the guy. Study the guy. Why does he think like this? Why does he do this? Why does he eat like that? Why does he think this way? Why does he like macaroni and cheese instead of burger? Why does he? He's trying to first of all mentally conceptualize who you are first. Because you gotta mentally conceptualize who you are. You have to use your mind to grab onto your spirit. In other words, you have to use your mind to understand your spirit. You have to, because the appraisal of a value or the evaluation of a thing is a mental one. You mentally appraise a thing. You mentally appraise yourself. It's as you mentally appraise yourself that the feelings follows the mind. Does this make sense? So when we think of loving ourselves, we're thinking of having mushy feelings inside for ourselves? No. Loving yourself, first of all, identifying that you are an individual, a unique being, someone different from the masses. That you have a spirit. That this is not you. Is identifying the you in this. Does that make sense? And so once you identify the you in this, then you try to recognize that you. Because that you, if you don't know yourself, you don't know you. So you now have to know you. What do I like? Why do I like that?